Hey, it's Hayden here from Unleashed Drivers. Today I've put together a test with all the 2019 cars, and so far we are doing the 0 to 100, 100 to 250, 250 to 0. With the Audi at the moment, it's done a 3.78 seconds in the 0 to 100. Coming up to the 100 to 250, which is 14.33 seconds, and stopping distance, or time, was 4.67. With the Honda now, yeah, it's not the greatest car. I don't really like driving it. So I've done a 3.9 in the acceleration. Coming up to the next test, 15.47 seconds, so it's definitely slower than the Audi, and 4.75 for stopping. In the new Lamborghini Huracan Evo, it's very similar to the non-Evo version to drive from my two corners I've driven with it. 3.78 seconds, decent getaway. I don't really believe that the 0 to 100 is a relevant thing to know, but I'll put it in there anyway. All the setups are on the default with, everything's just on default. I haven't changed anything. In the McLaren now, it's had a fairly slow getaway, which, let's see what the mid-range is. 14.37 seconds, I think that's alright. 4.62 seconds, I think that's one of the slower of the cars to stop. And the Porsche 9912 definitely caught me out the first time I read that name. This car's not really my favourite to drive, definitely not within my driving style, and that's like 6th gear whine definitely caught me off guard the first time I drove this thing. Again, pretty good numbers all around in the Aston Martin at the moment. And yeah, I don't know what I feel about this car. I'd say it'll be one of the average or mid-range ones in my experience so far. 15.05 for the mid and 4.53 for stopping, both decently average times. In the Lexus now, this used to be my favourite car in the 2018 version. This has definitely changed now. I just love the sound of this car as well. 14.86 seconds for the mid-range, 4.43 for stopping, so it's one of the quickest for stopping. And now in the Mercedes. The Mercedes has actually changed for me quite a bit. I've really enjoyed driving this compared to the last version. I don't know if anyone else has noticed any differences in the driving. It seems like I have, but I'm not sure if that's just not me driving for 3+ weeks. I've just had 8 stitches pulled out of my leg, so that was fun. And the Nissan GTR Nismo, now this is definitely probably one of my favourite cars to drive now. 3.8 seconds off the getaway, which is one of the quickest, I believe. Coming up to the mid-range, 14.78 seconds. So that's about mid. 4.6, that's I think one of the quicker ones. Now in the Bentley Continental, yeah, it's not one of my favourite cars. 4.06, so pretty slow getaway. Yeah, nothing much else to say about this car. Getting up to the mid-range of 250, 15.08 seconds. Definitely one of the slowest. 4.5, which is decent stopping time. And now we're on to the Bmw M6. All the final times will be displayed after this test. We've got 2 more cars, I believe, and we'll see all the results. 4.38 seconds off the start. It's pretty slow. 14.8, near the high end. 4.81 for stop. Yeah, it's also pretty high. So in the Ferrari 488, 4.13, pretty slow. Now these times may or may not, it'll probably be quite a bit different, I believe, from the other, or the 2018 version. I did these tests with those versions as well, if you want to have a look back on the channel. And we are on the last car now with the Lamborghini. 3.76 seconds off the start, so pretty quick. Coming to the mid-range, 14.68 seconds, also pretty decent. 4.63, also pretty decent. So these are your results for the 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. Your 100 to 250 kilometers an hour. And your 250 to 0 kilometers an hour. Now with the braking, you obviously saw that I wasn't downshifting in any of the cars, so it's all under pure, well not pure, but mostly just brakes, no engine braking. And now we move on to the top speed of all the cars. So I took the advice from the last time I did this. Last time I just went from a standstill at the start of the straight and then went to when I hit the wall. But some of you guys believe that I would have hit top or a true top speed if I used the corners before it. So this is what I'm doing now. So we got a benchmark time with 279 kilometers an hour in the Lamborghini Huracan. Now we're in the Evo version. Is there much difference? So far it doesn't seem to be getting up to that 279. And it's at 276k now. So a couple K slower. And now we're on the Lexus. Coming up to maybe 279. Yes, there it is. Now McLaren 720S. This will be interesting. I had no idea where this should have gotten, but it looks like it's getting up there. Ooh, 280. 281. Gee, that's a pretty good big jump. Now into the Mercedes. I thought this one would have gotten quite a high top speed, considering it's a Mercedes, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's getting there. 274, so slower than the Lambos. Coming into the Nissan. Also seems to be getting up there quite a bit. Definitely not as fast as the McLaren. Ooh, not quite 279, but we got 278 coming into the Porsche. Going down the wee downhill before the uphill. Seems to be stuck at 275 right there. To the Aston Martin. Yeah, again, seems to be getting up there. So far faster than the Porsche. 277. Moving to the Audi. I was expecting this one to be decently high as well compared to my last test I did with this car. $278 right there. Then the Bentley Continental. Didn't really have much expectations for this one. 277 again. Seems to be a lot of double ups or equals. So nice to see the GT3 categories somewhat equal. BMW 279. So that's right up there. Moving on to the Ferrari. Really do like the inside of this car. Getting up there to maybe 279. Yes. Honda NSX. This one I was expecting to be a bit slow, which my suspicions were confirmed. 275, a meaty crash after it. And here are your results after that test. So these tests may or may not be accurate, but this is the best what I can get. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you want to see next, and we'll see you next time.